From the first bell to the... Yeah! From the first bell to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love. And this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Crowd ignite, heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron Loves Wrestling. AEW, WWE, NWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron Loves Wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron Loves Wrestling.
What's going on, my wrestling lovers and Loves Wrestling podcast here, and I'm your host, Dr. Love. This is Unfiltered Wrestling, and I'm here talking about all sorts of wrestling that has gone on this past weekend. I had a busy work schedule, working my hours on my shift work, especially on graveyard shift, so I couldn't get in the reviews like I'd like after the shows. So I'm just going to throw it all in one. So I'm going to review TNA Impact from Thursday. I'm going to review SmackDown. Going to review AEW Grand Slam, TNA No Surrender, a AAA wrestling that happened, which was really good. So I'm just going to review the in Monday Night Raw tonight. So I got to get in my AEW Dynamite review last week, but now I'm getting in my review of all the wrestling shows that happened this past weekend. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive right now to enjoy professional wrestling. You got all sorts of wrestling on nowadays. You got AEW, you got TNA, you got NWA, you got AAA, you got all these wrestling shows now that we get to enjoy and have fun and love. We all get to come together and enjoy and love professional wrestling. This is what I love about professional wrestling. It brings everyone together. And if we can be civil and talk about these things without going at each other's throats because, oh, you're pro AEW or you're pro WWE or you're pro this, then it can be fun. But if you're just tribalist and you're pro this or pro that, then that's when you can't. That's when you can't have fun with it, because it's all about, oh, well, no, I'm this is the best show because they are the ones that they're where the best wrestler. No, this is where the best wrestler. No, this is where the best wrestler. Man, how about they're all great? How about that they're all great wrestling shows? How about that they all put on great shows in their own perspective, own respective ways? Because AEW's got some great matches. WWE's got some great matches. They all got some great stories being told in their own way. And if you don't like what is going on, then cool. You ain't got to. And that's fine. If you're not a fan of AEW and the direction they're going or the way they present their wrestling, that's fine. Enjoy WWE. Vice versa, if you're an AEW fan and you don't like WWE, enjoy AEW. Vice versa, if you don't like neither, you enjoy TNA or NWA or whatever wrestling show that you enjoy. And that's the beauty of professional wrestling, especially nowadays. You got more than one wrestling show. We're not just stuck with WWE. We're not just stuck with with one professional wrestling show. We have all kinds of wrestling that we get to enjoy now. And when we get to come together as a family in the wrestling community and love one another, respect one another, despite our differences, then that is when it can be a better place. But a lot of times we let things get in the way. A lot of times we uh, let our feelings and let things get personal, we uh, and we divide over things. And wrestling is supposed to bring us together and unify us. That's what professional wrestling is all about. Regardless if you're a WWE fan, regardless if you're an AEW fan, regardless if you're a TNA or NWA or AAA or CMLL, whatever, New Japan, or you just love it all like I do. Does not matter about what professional wrestling show you like. Smart, this Mark Alive. Y'all go give him a sub. Appreciate the love, man. Love you too. You got some great work yourself. Love you, brother. But that being said, I love. With that being said, we're going to get into this. So, wrestling lover community, with this new edition of Unfiltered Wrestling, I just got one question. There's just one question for you.
What do you guys want to talk about?
What do you guys want to talk about? Well, professional wrestling. That's what we're going to talk about. And I'm here. Hey, I enjoyed professional wrestling last week. I enjoyed it all, and I loved it. Yes, we should be able to disagree and have opinions without the abusive BS. That is correct. That is correct. You get it. Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
That's right. Uh, so yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So let's get into this. Let's get into this unfiltered wrestling, and let's talk about wrestling. Come in the chats. Hey, if you got a podcast and you want to get on for a minute, and you're able to, well, guess what? Come on in. Let me know. Let me know, and I'll send you the link in the DMs. So if you want to jump on, you're more than welcome. This is Unfiltered Wrestling. Here, the door is open. Of course, we gotta be respectful. Me, I prefer not to hear the language, but if you uh, got a sailor's mouth, just be respectful as best you can be. But one thing I'm going to start once I get the super chats, and this is something I thought of. If you use any kind of swear language, there's a price. Just like everything, there's a price. Even freedom, there's a price to pay with freedom. Uh, Here soon, once the super chats get up, my subs are going up on YouTube. I'm trying to get to that 1,000. I'm about to be at 600. So appreciate everyone who has subscribed to me as of late. I appreciate all of y'all. And I thank y'all and I love y'all very much. But soon, once I get the super chats up, one thing I'm going to start. It's called it's going to called Pay Your Bond. And you're like, well, what is that? Well, you can't swear if you do, but there's a price to pay. $1 super chat. Or if you don't pay your bond, to the lockup you go for a timeout. So that's what we'll be doing soon. Right now, I don't have it. So, but I do ask that I'll be respectful with the language because that's not what I'm about. I'm here to be, basically family friendly. And of course, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, God, and the Bible. And I do my very best to not curse or swear at all, but not judging anybody. If you do, that's between you and God, and I love you and respect you on that. So, no hard feelings there. But let's get into TNA wrestling because this is what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about TNA Impact last week, and we're going to talk about TNA No Surrender. And TNA Impact, it was a really good show. Really good show this past week. It kicked off with Moose coming out to talk about the system and and that he created it, which he did. He created the system a few years back, and they have been running TNA wrestling. And then also too, Moose has been the face of the franchise. He has earned that name of the face of the him and Steve Macklin have earned that name, the face of the franchise for TNA right now. Because you know what? Because TNA, Moose, he has been with TNA for a very long time. I think since maybe 16, 15. It's been about roughly 10 years now, I think, with Moose. He's been with the company for a long time, and he hasn't gone anywhere else. He hasn't. And he's a big star, in my opinion. He's a big star with TNA. But Moose says that he created the system and he can destroy it. And what better to destroy it than with Mike Santana? So Mike Santana comes out, and then they talk about destroying the system ringside, and plus they're going to team with the Hardys and later in the show, but they were trying to kick it off at the beginning of the show, calling out the Hardys and getting the system out there. Let's get this match going. But then, of course, the suit Daria Ray comes out and she interrupts. So then, nah, not on my show. That's what she said. Nah. So she comes out, tells them to get out of the ring and everything like that. So it was a good show, or a good opening to the show. I enjoyed it. And I like Daria Ray as this GM. I really do. Daria Ray is a very good good at a role. I would hope to see her wrestle again. I really do. I really enjoyed her as Sonya Deville in WWE. So hopefully we get to see her wrestle again. Then we go to Gia Miller with Ryan Nemeth talking about the Albuquerque street fight, and he's going up against Mara Sade. I think, and it's not. This ain't bad. This ain't bad rivalry. Um, this ain't a bad feud at all. I'm not too sold into it, but it's not that bad. But one thing that did take away from me in this match that I don't like, because I don't like this stuff, um, is when Mara brought out this sack, and we thought it was thumbtacks, right? But then it was lollipops, and then of course he gets her and Ryan and her go back and forth of who's going to get suplexed, and of course Ryan Nemeth gets suplexed on it, and he's acting like, "Oh, that really hurt," blah blah blah. I don't like that. That doesn't sell. That doesn't sell. It's not believable. But that's just my opinion. If you enjoyed it, great. Not hate on you, not belittle you on it. If you enjoyed it, cool. I just didn't enjoy it. I don't like that kind of stuff in my wrestling. It could have been thumbtacks. Thumbtacks would have been pretty cool, in my opinion. Thumbtacks would have been really cool, in my opinion, for this spot or something else. But that's just me. I know her thing is with the lollipop and all that stuff when she comes to the ring, but still, this, I didn't, still wasn't sold on this part. But they had a pretty good Albuquerque street fight match, and I enjoyed this feud. Of course, Mara Sade won the match. And we'll see where this goes from there. I wouldn't mind Mara Sade. I wouldn't mind them getting another knockouts title for the TNA women's division, because they could use it. All they got right now are the knockouts championship and the tag team titles. So I would like to see another title brought in, something new, maybe different from what the men have. I wouldn't mind something that is a TNA International maybe title or X Division title for the women's division, but maybe they could do something else different than the men, which would be cool. But I wouldn't mind an extra TNA Knockouts title brought in to the women's division. So yeah, we have Nick Nemeth and Rick Swann go at it in a match, and my goodness, this match was awesome. This match was awesome. Nick Nemeth defeats Rick Swann in this match, but these two had a banger of a match, and I gotta say, this was my match of the night for TNA, because this match was great. Nick Nemeth and Rick Swann was basically back to back, and had some great spots and everything. So I really enjoyed and I loved this match and enjoyed it. But Nick Nemeth walks away with the win, and then we had the Angel Warriors backstage. Indy Hartwell, Xavier Brookside. They're going to have a TNA Knockouts title match at No Surrender. Again, we'll be talking about No Surrender here shortly. And they had a pretty good promo backstage. And then the Righteous as well. They teamed with the Hardys, so they had a pretty good promo backstage as well. And I love the Righteous. I love the Righteous in TNA, and I'm glad that they're there. I know soon they're going to win those TNA tag team titles. The Hardys are going to build them up by teaming with them and doing the story with them, I should say. The Hardys are going to build them up by doing the story, and then it'll pay off when they win the TNA tag team titles. It will. But I would like to see the tag team division be established. I mean, TNA doesn't have many established tag teams in the division, not for the men anyhow. I mean, you get the system; they're pretty good team. But let's get some different team. Let's get some solid teams in there. But get some off the independents or something, uh, because TNA's tag team division definitely needs some work. And I know it's going to be in the work with the Hardys there. They're going to help build that division. Tommy Dreamer and the Hardys, they're going to do great building up TNA, and they're going to do uh, they're going to elevate TNA. You know, with their minds together, with these stories going on. I mean, TNA went from 174 to 171 K to 201K, then 241K, and I'm still waiting to see what the views were from this past Thursday night's TNA Impact. So it went up, and even if it does, if it stays in that 200K range, which we plenty of us in the community and the podcast would predict it would be around 200K, and if it stays consistent there, that's good. It's really good. And TNA, they're going to get better, and they're going to develop, they're going to evolve, and they're going to grow. So then we get Eric Young. He comes to the ring, and he's talking about BDE and giving him an answer. Is he going to join the cleanse? And of course, BDE denies, and he attacks BDE, and then security comes out. I mean, TNA security is different than WWE. I mean, WWE, they're just like, don't do it. Don't do it. TNA, they just get in there, man. They just start. It's like they getting in there. They're ready to fight and everything. So TNA security is a whole different level, bro. AEW, WWE security need to take notes because TNA security, they handle business. That's all I got to say. They handle business. You acting out, we getting you out of here. So the TNA security, they go in and Eric Young fights them, hits them off. Santino Marella, they go backstage to Santino Marella. Santino Marella basically tells him that he's suspended and everything. But then we get Daria Ray, my bad. Daria Ray comes in and gets involved and said no because he's on the show because it came from the higher ups and they need him for the show. And so he gets put into a match with BDE on No Surrender, so another match added. And so Daria the Suit strikes again over Santino Marella. So we get after that. Now we get to the Albuquerque Street fight. Of course, Mara Sade wins. As I was talking about earlier, one thing I took away from this match was the lollipop part where they got suplexed on lollipop and tried to sell this devastating thing that happened. I just disagreed with it, but more power to you if you enjoyed it. And then, so Mara Sade wins, defeats Ryan Nemeth. Hopefully, this will be the end of the feud, and Mara Sade can go do something in the women's division, and Ryan Nemeth can get involved in the X division or the TNA International title, or get in another story. Maybe get back with his brother for the TNA tag team titles. So we get the after this, we go to the TNA injury report. And I actually like this. I really do because it brings a sport feel to it. Kind of like we're watching in a football game or baseball game, we get this injury report, or maybe MLB Network or something like that. We get the injury report or something like, and that's what I love about this. And they go on through the injuries of Moose. He's cleared from his injury. Jeff Hardy, he's got some lingering injuries and some wear and tear. And about Jada Stone, she's out suffering from the Highwayman's Farewell Power Driver that Mustafa Ali did. So I love this because it adds to stories. It adds to some of these moves that gets done to some of these wrestlers, and it adds to it. So I love the TNA injury report segment that they do. Next, we go backstage with Mance Warner and his significant other, his wife, I believe, Steph D. Landar. Probably said that wrong, Steph D. Lander. And they go backstage and said, they gave a good promo about reintroducing themselves to the AMC TV and etc. I don't like these two. I really like Mance Warner. and his wife Steph. They're pretty good. So I like this couple, and they'll be good on TNA uh, roster. So now we'll hear from Elijah. Uh, they're gonna have a guitar case casket match in Nashville, Tennessee, and that's gonna be fun. I like that. That's gonna be interesting. Uh, we get the Moose backstage. He's contemplating and thinking about what's going on with the system and everything that's unfolded. Alicia Edwards comes back, and she's talking about her time for her to walk away, which her contract's coming up soon with TNA. So we'll see what happens there. If she just stays out of wrestling, if she's done with wrestling altogether, maybe announces retirement, or she goes and does something else, or she goes to another company. So maybe that's what happens. Moose is kind of Moose kind of talks to her like, "Hey, we're here for you. You still got some family here and everything." So, but Alicia Edwards, we'll see. Uh, we'll see what is her future here soon with the decisions coming up. And then we go backstage with Ayana Grace and Santina Morella. And of course, she's pulling her dad's strings. Excuse me, y'all. Or she's pulling her dad's strings, as I thought. And she goes to talk, appreciate of the title match. And then when they go to hug, she pulls out the little cobra that, this cobra sock that Santino uses. She pulled that out, and we'll talk about how it comes in later. So then we go from that to the main event, the big tag team match, the System facing off Santana, Moose, and the Hardys. And my gosh, this match was awesome. I really did enjoy this match, and uh, although that my match tonight was Nick Nemeth and BDE, or not BDE, Nick Nemeth going up against Rick Swan because they had a great one-on-one match. This 8-man tag team match was also really awesome, really good, and I loved it. And in the end, you had the System stand tall with the win, and this is how it goes off there. You have Jeff Hardy introduce his new submission move because he's dealing with some neck injuries that they were talking, and with that he's instead of doing the Swanton Bomb like he usually does, he is pivoting to something else because of the because it's taking a toll on his body. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time, and he's in his late 40s right now, and so or 50s, I think. Let's see, how old is Jeff Hardy? Let's check that out. How old is Jeff? 48. Yeah, late 40s, 48 years old. So him doing the Swanton Bomb over and over, he lasted longer than many thought, but with the Daredevil, he was a he was a Daredevil and did everything you could possibly think of as far as extreme and all that stuff. So we had, again, really, really good ending to TNA, and great show as it was the week before. TNA is getting consistent, and they're getting good with these stories and their matches and everything on the show. So I'm hoping we'll see the results here this week of last week's ratings and see how they did and stacked up to last week's ratings. So, again, TNA is getting consistent. TNA is getting really good, and I love TNA. And within a few years, who knows? They might give AEW that competition. And a lot of people mock that. And I'm not here trying to be like, oh, well, they're better than AEW. I'm not. No, AEW is totally the number 2 wrestling promotion right now. WWE's number 1, AEW's number 2. But TNA could very well give AEW run for their money at that number 2 spot. They're definitely going to get number 3. They're getting better at their wrestling and their stories and their shows. It's getting consistent. And everything is paying off. So this AMC deal is really good for them. So let's get into the TNA No Surrender. That is not what I wanted right there. So TNA is also not what I wanted. Let's do that. So TNA No Surrender, as you can see, the card was pretty good. Some more matches were added. You had uh, some of these pre-show matches come on the countdown. Alan Angels returns, and he faced Ryan Nemeth. So he returned and interrupted Kazarian's speech. Uh, and then you had Alan Angel, and they go. He goes up against Frankie Kazarian, not Ryan Nemeth, and so it was a really good. Uh, so Ryan Nemeth has like an open challenge. Alan Angels answers it. Frankie Kazarian interrupts, and then we go to Frankie Kazarian versus Alan Angels, and of course, uh, that was a really good match. It was really good to see Alan Angels return to TNA. So now we go kick off the show with the Knockouts Battle Royal. Knockouts Battle Royal. Get yourselves a Prince Nut of coffee, by the way. I got my John Wayne American Hero coffee cup. The Duke. Love John Wayne movies. So we get the Knockouts Battle Royal that kicks off. And my goodness, this was awesome. I did not expect Jody Threat to win. I was thinking either Tessa Blanchard or Elena Black, mainly Elena Black. I thought she was going to win this. But Jody Threat wins this in a surprising victory, and so she gets a future Knockouts World title shot. Later backstage, we get Tessa Blanchard and Jody Threat exchanging some words, and we get a one-on-one match set up for this Thursday with Tessa Blanchard and Jody Threat. Diamante, Tessa Blanchard. So, and really, that's going to be a good match. And I really like Tessa Blanchard, and she's the daughter of Tully Blanchard, the four horsemen. So it's great to see her back at TNA. She's been back for over a year now, and it's great to see her back. So hopefully we'll get to see her win that Knockouts championship shortly. But this was a good Knockouts battle royale. You pretty much had everybody think of in this battle royale. Not many surprises, but still a solid battle royale. And I enjoyed it. And there's some many stars in here that would definitely could definitely develop into top knockouts on the roster. And Mila Moore is one of them. She's in the tag team, or not tag team. She's in the faction with Tessa Blanchard, of course, Victoria Falkard, formerly known as Alicia Fox. But you also got Rosemary, Jada Stone, Mila Grace. Mila Grace is another one. She should be developed to a top star. Harley Hudson as well. Tasha, there's so many knockouts in the division to continue to develop this roster. And WWE's got a great women's roster. AEW does as well. And now we can get TNA, and TNA get the belt. They're building this up. And once they get this roster solid, and we get more of these wrestlers staying within the company to help invest in the company, develop the company, it's going to get better. And with this new TV deal, and the presentation, everything, it looks clean, and all that, and they keep signing these wrestlers to long-term contracts, and they invest in the company and stay with the company and continue to do well with the company, then I think TNA will definitely be the number 3, but who knows? They can get to number 2. because they're really great. They got consistent wrestling and stories on each week. And that's one thing I love about TNA and WA. They get consistent wrestling stories on each week. They don't get involved in anything outside of wrestling. They just stick with professional wrestling and they stick with the stories. They stick with the matches, and that's what I love about it. And that's what I love about TNA and even WA. And WWE's got some great stories going over there as well. And AEW, so TNA, they're getting better, man. And like I said, they're eventually going to get that. No, they're number 3 right now for sure. But eventually they'll get that number 2 spot or give a competition for that number 2 spot, I should say. And then we get Jelly Roll in the crowd. Jelly Roll. Oh, hey y'all! The tribal chief has graced us with his presence.
Acknowledge me.
What's up, Devin? How you doing, brother? Sorry I wasn't in the chat on the live stream that much. Was at a friend's birthday party. And then me and the fam spent some time afterwards back at home. So I had to recap Raw after they all went to bed. And here I am doing my reviews of wrestling this past weekend. So new Unfiltered Wrestling here. But yeah, so Jelly Roll's in the crowd, so we got Jelly Roll at TNA now. We'll see if and AJ Francis called him out, so I thought that was cool. Let's get an AJ Francis and Jelly Roll match. Let's do it. Let's do it for the next TNA pay-per-view. Jelly Roll, AJ Francis. Let's book it. So after that, we get Trey Miguel going up against the TNA International Champion Stacks. And I thought this match was phenomenal, no pun intended. And we get Trey Miguel winning this match and winning the TNA International Championship. And I love this for him. After all that happened to him with the whole AEW situation, him being separated from his brothers from over there in AEW. And I'm not going to get too far into that, but y'all pretty much know what happened. And then TNA re-signing him back into the company, giving him a home. And I honestly don't think Trey Miguel is going to leave TNA again. I don't. If he does, I think it'll be WWE, honestly. But I don't think he won't leave TNA again. But I like how they're investing in him, and they have put the TNA International Championship on him. I really do. Maybe one day it'll be the World Championship. We'll see. But I really love that he is the TNA International Champion, and his emotions after the match just let out. And I was even about to cry, because that right there was, like I said, that was a moment, and that was a moment special for him. And I love that he got his flowers, and I love that he was given this chance again for to have a chance in a place in a home in professional wrestling, and they're putting this title on him, especially after he signed on, just pretty much sealed the deal. Like, hey, this is your home. So I hope Trey Miguel just stays with TNA and retires at TNA. He can go to TNA Hall of Fame after a while. He can build up some, he can have some great moments and feuds and championship runs. So, but again, great match here. And I loved the, Stacks and Trey Miguel had a phenomenal match. And Trey Miguel is your new TNA International Champion. We'll see what goes next with Stacks. We'll see what happens there. We get Mance Warner going up against Mike Jackson. He's 76 years old. 76 years old. This dude is going at it. And y'all are complaining about Ric Flair, but this dude here, Mike Jackson, freaking going in the ring at this rate. I mean, it's just great. At 76 years old. What's up, Doug? Nice of you to join the chat. Yep, he'll help build Disney for sure. Trey Miguel. Yep, I agree on that with you. But yeah, Mike Jackson doing these moves. Him and Mance Warner had a great match. Mance Warner, he defeated him. After the match, there was some respect being shown, shake of hands, raising arms, and all that. So, again, great match here. Next, we get to the Knockouts tag team title match with Xia Brookside, Indy Hartwell, and Elegance Brand. And these four ladies, they had a really good tag team match. Elegance Brand won and retained the title. There was an attack by the Elegance Brand on Xia Brookside and Indy Hartwell, and I thought Li Ying Lee was going to come out and save them, but we get the legendary Mickey James Hardcore Country coming out and saving the day for for Angel or Indy Hartwell and Xia Brookside. And she comes out and she helps fight off the Elegance Brand. And we get Mickey James back in TNA. And it looks like her and Ash by Elegance might be having a feud going. So I'm glad that Mickey James is back. And it's going to be awesome to see her in TNA. And I'm glad that she's back in TNA. I think she can help build up that women's division, put her over that women's division, and she can help build up the TNA women knockout division. I really do. You can have Hardy's focus on the tag team. She focused with Daria Ray on the women, and then you can have Tommy Dreamer, who, they focus on the men's and get all that. I mean, everybody's minds come together and building up the stories and the matches. I mean, it would help TNA. We get Eric Young and BDE going at it in a singles match. And this was a really good match as well. I enjoyed this match. Eric Young, BDE. And with this whole cleanse going on, I wonder what's going to happen. Eric Young wins. Eric Young wins and defeats BDE. Let's see. That would be good if it wasn't a one-off. Is Mickey back? That'll be fun. Okay. Gotcha. I think she is. She was posting some about Ash by Elegance on social media afterwards. So that's what I'm thinking. They might be having a feud coming up. Maybe it could be a one-off. I'm not sure. I hope not. That'd be cool if she's just really back with TNA. So we will see. But yeah, Eric Young defeats BDE. And with this whole cleanse going on, I wonder who else is going to join them. And I thought of, man, what if it was Killer Cross, honestly? What if it was Killer Cross? What if Killer Cross joins Eric Young in this whole cleanse? Or what if this whole cleanse is Killer Cross, Eric Young, and the Righteous? I don't know. But this whole cleanse thing going on, I wonder if there's really going to be any payoff from it, or it's just what Eric Young's going to do for right now. I'm really curious. But for Eric Young at his age and the shape he's in, he's still going. It's impressive as well. So next we get the TNA Knockouts title match. And I was talking about this in the last Unfiltered, and I was thinking maybe Stax and Ariana Grace could both be champions. And I said that, well, if Stax loses, all depends on if Stax loses or wins. And if he loses, well, I don't see Ariana Grace winning. Well, I was completely wrong, because not only does Stax lose, Ariana Grace wins here. She is the new TNA Knockouts champion. And it's cool to see her as a TNA Knockouts champion. It really is. These two ladies had a really good match. And we had the return of Dani Luna. She came back. And we'll see how she gets involved with the Knockouts title picture along with Jody Threat. So who knows? We could see a triple threat match here for the TNA Knockouts title, or maybe a fatal four-way. We get someone else involved, maybe Tessa Blanchard. But yeah, Ariana Grace. Ariana Grace is going to she is your new TNA Knockouts champion. Stax lost his title. She won her title. And she won it with the Cobra. She got the Cobra out, like I mentioned before in the TNA Impact review, and she pulled it out from her dad's pocket, and she used it, and that's how she won. So, again, really pretty good match by these two. Dani Luna back. That's really awesome. So if I remember correctly, I think it was Dani Luna and Leon Slater that had the visas issues going on. And a lot of people were speculating that, oh, it's not true, blah, blah, blah. No, they were out for a while. They had their visas issues, and they were out for quite a while. Yeah, Leon Slater returned in this main event tonight. Danny Luna's back, so it's nice to see them back. The Righteous and the Hardys versus the Order 4. And this was a really great tag team match, and it was a good. Uh, this was awesome. I love this tag team match. This would probably be my second match of the night. My first match of the night, I loved that it was solid. Was Trey Miguel and Stacks. They had a phenomenal match. But this one was my second. And these two right here, I mean, my goodness. These two, or these four, this tag team, these 8, whatever. This tag team match right here was really awesome. And the one spot I loved was, Dutch and Matt Hardy had the system, or the Order 4, had him in the Twist of Fate, did the Twist of Fate, and you had Vincent and Jeff Hardy did Swanton Bomb. That was an awesome spot. Loved it. And Killer Cross did too, because when I shared the little clip, Killer Cross liked it. So, speaking of Killer Cross, wearing my Killer Cross shirt, I get my new Killer Cross shirt in Friday. I can't wait. The Blood King, the MLW World Champion championship T-shirt. Can't wait to get that Friday. Been waiting on that for almost 2 weeks now. But it was in high demand. So, but yeah, Order 4 defeat the Hardys, which I did not see coming. They defeated the Hardys, and I did not see that coming. So I, again, joined the match, but did not see the Order 4 winning. We'll see where this takes us. Will we get this continuing, or will it end here? Doug says, I like Ariana getting a real story. That's where she shines. Her in-week is adequate, but her personality really shows and all in the between stuff. Yeah, her in-ring work is she's still getting better. She's not bad. I mean, she's not terrible. She's not bad, I would say. She's good. That, like I said, this match was good. It wasn't like like Trey Miguel and Stacks. That was a phenomenal match. But this match was good, and Ariana, yes, she is. Her personality and her mic work and everything like that was it does outshine the ring. And that's one thing that's really good about that, is that you have wrestlers that are really good at both, but then you have some wrestlers that their ring work outshines their promo skills, and vice versa. So that's the case for her. My question to you is, Doug, which cross? Which cross are you talking about? You want Killer Cross, or do you want Lena Cross? But yeah, it would be interesting to see Lena Cross and Killer Cross have a nice crossover. Just saying, it would be cool. The crowd would chant, "We want Cross." No joke. They would. So now we get the main event: Mike Santana and Leon Slater, the TNA World Champ and the TNA X Division Champ, going up against Eddie Edwards and Nick Nemeth. And this was a really good way to send the show off. And Steve Macklin is still with TNA. I had a feeling that this was story, and Steve Macklin wasn't going anywhere. A lot of people were predicting, even myself, I was saying, man, he would have a really good run in AEW, and he can even go to Ring of Honor and be in there with Deonna Purrazzo. But if I'm not mistaken, someone told me that Deonna was on their little podcast thing that they had together. She was talking about some of her frustrations with her booking in AEW. What if she returns to the Impact Zone? Her contract comes up and she goes to TNA. Her and Steve remain in TNA and just stay in TNA. Because honestly, her booking in AEW, she's the Ring of Honor Pure Women's Champion, but she could easily be added to the AEW Women's Division. She would definitely be a great asset to the women's roster and add some story and some personality. But Tony Khan doesn't have that in her plans. So she could finish out her contract and then return to TNA with Steve, and then her and Steve can just remain in TNA. And who knows, they could get called up in WWE on NXT or the main roster. But Deonna Purrazzo, well, hopefully, honestly, I would like to see her back in the Impact Zone. She'll do better over there in AEW, in my opinion. So I would love to see her once her contract is up. Not sure when that is. I'm not sure the details on that. But when that contract's up, she just returns to TNA, and her and Steve can just remain in TNA Impact or TNA and help build up there. Crossfire, that's awesome. But yeah, but later in this match, this was a good match. But in the middle, towards the end of this match, you had Steve Maclin attack Mike Santana. We're getting Mike Santana and Steve Maclin for that TNA World Title. He's going to get rehired story-wise, and we're going to get Steve Maclin versus Mike Santana for the TNA World Championship. Who knows? Steve Maclin might win it, and I wouldn't mind that. But Leon Slater was impressively fighting off both Nemeth and Edwards on his own. He was impressively fighting them off on his own, but then he had Moose. He comes out for the save, help fight off the system, and then in the end, him and Leon Slater pick up the W, and that is the end of TNA No Surrender. Again, solid show. I loved the show. I really did. The show was great. I had fun with it, and I am just, TNA No Surrender. TNA this past week was a great show. Just saying. TNA this past week is a great show. No Surrender ended great. So we'll see what's going to happen on this Thursday on Impact, especially with Steve Maclin and Mike Santana. I'm really interested in that feud right there, in that story. I can't wait to see what goes from there. Who will challenge for the X Division championship. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think Nick Nemeth, to call your shot, he could go for the X Division title. You never know. No title safe right now with Nick Nemeth. But he's going to go for that TNA World title. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Eddie Edwards had the X Division title, or was it Eric Young? One of the two. They had the briefcase, had the X Division title. So there's that. But I'm glad Leon Slater's back. The Visa's issues are worked out, and hopefully won't have a hiccup with that again. So this is great. Love it. TNA No Surrender, TNA this week. Watch TNA on Thursdays on AMC, or in my opinion, it's better on the TNA Plus app. You don't get the commercials. You get the in-between matches when it's live. You get to watch the in-between the match while it's wrestling and a commercial break, just like a VPN. If they're not live, then you just get some old school TNA matches in between the commercial breaks, which to me, it's a win-win, because I get to see some old school TNA matches to bring back some memories I grew up watching, or I get to watch the in between commercial as the match goes on. So next we're going to talk about AAA. AAA was a fire show. Love this. Love Parka wins. He defeated Jack Cartwheel, and they had a great match in my opinion. Loved Jack Cartwheel. I love Jack Cartwheel. He's really good. And what is up with this again? Yeah, there's that. There we go. Yeah. My settings changed on my phone. I set it to this, and then now it's all flip-flop. So let's see. Doug, before we get too far into the AAA real quick, Deanna recently said she's booked for a couple months after that. I'm not sure what her contract. I don't know. I don't know what her contract's either. I don't know how long she has on the AEW contract, but hopefully when it's up, she can go back TNA, and we have Deanna Peroza in TNA, Steve Maclin TNA. Because I think Deanna will also add to the TNA Knockouts division. There's definitely some need for some more women in the Knockouts division. They got a good division, but it draws some star power into that. Deanna Peroza, which was formerly TNA, former Impact Knockouts champion, she could be back in TNA, and in my opinion, her and Steve could definitely invest in TNA. And if they get some of these wrestlers just stay loyal to the brand and not have to worry about money so much. I know you want to get paid. You want to get paid for your work and stuff. So if they get a better offer like WWE or something like that, or even AEW, who knows with Steve Maclin in his contract. If this is just a one-off, he's just finishing off with this Steve Maclin thing or Mike Santana title match and putting him over, and then he goes off. He does go to AEW her. But I honestly think he will get lost in the mix. Keep him in TNA. Bring Deanna Peroza over and put her in the Knockouts division, and them two in TNA would be a lot better. So I don't know. I'd be okay with Maclin as champ. Me too. I love Steve Maclin. He was a great TNA national champion. I love him on the show. Leon used option C and relinquished the X title. Would Eric Young automatically get it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. It'll probably be a vacant title, and then he would challenge for it. And yes, Locks, Toxicas. They were pretty cool. They were really cool. Again, La Parca defeated Jack Cartwheel. Las Toxicas, they won their 6-woman tag team match. And then War Raiders, Ivar and Eric won the number 1 contender match for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. And you got Psycho Clown and Pagon, I think I said his name right. They're the tag team champions, and they're Clown Posse. They're just going down left and right. Last week we had one of them go down. This week another one went down. What's going on? And then the look that Pagon made, I think it's – hold on. Let me get this right. So I do not want to butcher his name. Let's see. Let's see. Pagano. I was close. Pagano. So, yeah, Pagano. When they were backstage at one point, and they were kind of talking about the last clown that got attacked the week prior, he had that weird look on his face. So I wonder if he is behind all this. He has a new maybe clown posse. And we're going to have like maybe 2 clown posses, and they're going to go at it, some kind of war. I don't know. Psycho Circus. Yeah, Psycho Circus. That's what it's called. It has me hooked as well. AAA is great. I love AAA. These past few weeks I've been watching. I love the show. I can't watch CMLL because I'm not paying for another subscription, but I've been watching AAA, and they got some solid matches. I love CML as well. Nothing against CML. I just can't. I just been only time I've been able to watch them is during with some highlights I've seen either on X or YouTube or something. But AAA, I get to watch free on YouTube every week, and I love it. I love JBL on commentary. I love him. I wish he'd get back on commentary on WWE, like on Raw or SmackDown or something. I honestly think him and Booker T would be a great commentary team in NXT. That'd be freaking cool. I love Booker T in NXT. Not a fan of the other guy. Can't even remember his name. But him and JBL and Booker T in NXT, they'd be great. They would be great for sure. But yeah, Psycho story has me hooked. But yeah, not too much to talk about here, but great matches here, and I love AAA. Just go watch them every Saturday night as well. You can watch it after Collision, or you can watch it before. You can watch it the same as I do, or just watch the rerun of either or. Which one you pick, don't matter. But really awesome here. Now we get here we go. Let's flip it. Yeah, oh well. So now we get the Grand Slam Australia show, AEW, and this wasn't a bad show. Really enjoyed the show myself on this, and my match of the night here, in my opinion, was John Moxley and Takeshita. They had a great time draw. Phenomenal match. Loved this match right here. It kicked out the show, and I loved it. But it was I loved this match. I really did. This was a really good match here, in my opinion, and I enjoyed it. So John Moxley is the Continental Champion's goal. I think Takeshi will eventually win it. Honestly, I was thinking about this. I'll get to here later. Let's not get too far ahead. So then we get the Babes of Wrath going up against Mega Bad for the AEW Women's World Tag Team title. And this was really a really great match as well. The women had a great tag team match. And Babes of Wrath won. They won this match right here. And they retained the titles. But then after the match, I mean, Doug said it earlier. We want Cross. No, not Killer Cross. We got Lena Cross. She is now all elite. Yep, it was awesome. Love the Takeshi and Mox match. Great wrestling, great in-ring work, and in the end, they ended in a draw. But Lana Cross attacked the base rep behind, aligned herself with Mega Man, and at the end, they held up all the titles, the tag team titles, and then you had Megan Bain with the TBS title. So I'm thinking that's what they're going to lead to, but maybe we can have Lena Cross and Penelope Ford team up, and Megan Bain, she can win that TBS title. So it's great to see Lena Cross in AEW. There was a lot of work, a lot of speculation where she would sign AEW, TNA, uh, WWE even came up. I was thinking AEW already, but TNA she wouldn't have been bad in there. But she signed with AEW. She is now all elite. So I love that this is going to how this is going to play out. Because I think at uh, Revolution, just like Doug just said, they're hinting at Mega going for that TBS title. I think at Revolution we're going to get it, and she's going to defeat Willow for that TBS title. As for the women's tag team titles, though, we also had uh, the Inspiration or Iconics, if you will, signed with AEW. They are now all elite after their last match, dropping the Knockouts titles on TNA. There was speculation where they would go. Some were thinking WWE NXT because Casey Lee's husband Sean is over there, but nope, they signed with AEW. They won the WWE Women's Tag Team titles, Knockouts Tag Team titles, and now they get to go for the AEW World Tag Team titles. And who knows? They could probably go for the Stardoms or something, And they could basically be the uh, Dudley Boys of the women's division, winning all these tag team titles. So it's great to see them in AEW. They weren't on the show; they were on that AEW Dark show that they had, or whatever they called it, and that's where they got announced. It'd be great to see them on the show. I don't see why they missed that opportunity. It's another bad booking decision by Tony Khan, in my opinion. He could have had Inspiration come out there to help fight off Mega Bad, and then they stare down for the women tag team titles. I think that would have been cool, but or wait for Dynamite, they could show up, but they showed up in their home in Australia, so there you go. Lena and Megan would be such a killer tag team. Yep, but I love Penelope, so I'm curious where they go. I think it'll be Lena and Penelope, and then Megan Banks, she's going to win that TBS title. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be they brought in Lena along with the Mega Bad to team with Penelope, and they're going to go for the tag team titles while Mega Bangers for that TBS title. Again, Prince Nana Coffee. Love it. Now I'm drinking out my John Wayne. Okay. And then next we get my match of the night, of course, Hangman Adam Page going up against Andrade. Honestly, as much as I love Adam Page, I love him. He's my guy in AEW. Love him. He is still my favorite. I wanted Andrade to win this match because Andrade, he's still been really good. Pause real quick. I'd like Ford to go for the TBS and have Lena and Megan team. They've worked quite a bit together on the Indies. Have chemistry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got a point there, Doug. And Penelope Ford's been with AEW for quite a while. Her getting her push would also be very good. She's one of the homegrown talent in AEW. So, yeah, I can agree with you on that one. And Lena and Megan, they look great together, honestly. And Lena and Penelope together would be like having Megan and Penelope together, honestly. But Lena and Megan going after tag team titles and Ford going after that TBS title. Not bad. I agree with that one, Doug. But anyhow, let's get on to Heyman and Andrade. So yeah, my match of the night. This was phenomenal. This is on my contendership for a match of the year. Really good. Um, really good match in my opinion. I loved it, and we get Heyman Adam Page winning. Like I said, I wanted wanted Andrade to win, even though I love Heyman. I wanted Andrade to win because I think him winning the title at Revolution would have been a great chance for AEW and Tony Khan. Andrade still he's still great and he will get his title shot. But I also thought of as well him winning the Continental Championship, him winning the Continental Classic next year, later this year. I think that would be a great one. Him winning. So, but yeah, AEW, him winning the AEW title at some point this year, I think it might happen. But him winning in the Continental or the TNT title, I don't want to see him win the national title because the national title, it's just, I don't know. I love the look of the title, but they still, in my opinion, uh, stole from NWA. So I would like to see Andrade go after either the international title, continental title, or the um, TNT title if he's not going to be AEW World Champion. But again, great match by these guys. And at one point, I loved they were Andrade did his picture thing with some girl in the crowd. I believe some of these girls, I think they are uh, maybe some talent, but someone said that they were kind of like OnlyFans girls. But I don't know. I have no idea. But at one point, anyway, he did his thing. Then Heyman attacks him, and then he got a picture with the girl and did the whole thing. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, Heyman wins. He's going to challenge MJF for their AEW World Title. So I thought that was again really good. And Heyman and a Page. We'll get to this here in a minute because I've seen some controversy online about Heyman again and blah blah blah. But we'll talk about it here in a minute. Let's see. Andrade kind of had to lose to keep Heyman up in the mix. Yeah. Andrade being in the Don Callis family seems to make more sense that he would fight his way back and rather than go to the back of the line. Yep. Not bad. So next we get the Mex Tornado tag. Loser of the fall has to shave their head. And we all knew it was going to be Wheeler Yuta. I mean, if it was going to be one of the females, I'd have been upset. But so I did kind of believe that it could have been Shafir, but I'm glad it wasn't none of the ladies. It's funny with the Yuta. So long story short, Storm and Cassidy win. But the best part to me after the match was Wheeler Yuta was like, nah, I ain't doing it. He walks out. And as he's walking out, here comes Daddy Moxley. We're going to start calling Daddy Moxley of his group now. But he comes out. He's yelling at Yuta. He's like, no, you get back in there. You on your bit. And I was just like, oh, that's freaking awesome. I was like, that was a nice touch. Because he was walking out, and I was like, oh, here we go. And I thought Orange Cassidy would run out. Honestly, I thought maybe the conglomeration, one of them would be out there. But no, here comes Daddy Moxley. He comes out. He's like, no, son, you get back in there. You honor that bet. This is not what the Death Riders are about. So there you go. So I thought that was awesome. Yes, they did that really well. Mox coming in to make Yuta pay his dues. Yep. So I thought that was funny. And the other touch was Marina Shafir holding his hand was another one. I thought that was great. So great moment right there, in my opinion. Like I said, the match was good, not a bad wrestling match, but the moment afterwards was my highlight of it. So I thought that was awesome. So next we get an awesome ladder match for the TNT title. I honestly didn't know which route they was going to go with it. I had a feeling Fletcher was going to win and retain the title after, I don't know. Him winning the title off of Ciampa was too quick, in my opinion. That was way too soon. And this is where I'm about to get a little bit critical here. Because Ciampa losing that title it was too soon. Like, he just won it, held it for like 2 weeks. Yes, he defended it, but still, it was way too soon. We could at least waited till Revolution. We could at least waited till then. We could have gotten Mark Briscoe and Ciampa in a ladder match. Why didn't we do that? Why did it have to be Fletcher? Yeah, I know his home's Australia, but why did it have to be Fletcher? Why? Why couldn't it have been Ciampa? And we get run it back with Ciampa and Briscoe, and they do it in a ladder match. I mean, why did it have to be Fletcher? They want to do this best of 7 series, which I find it funny that people are complaining about Hangman and MJF again. But this is the 7th match of Briscoe and Fletcher, and some were saying, "Oh, this is great." Although this ladder match was awesome, I loved it. Nothing, not trying to take away from it too much with this critique here, but I just why did we end Ciampa's title reign so soon? Like, to me, it was like it kind of ruined that momentum, man. Like, he came in with a fire introduction, great theme, wins the title unexpectedly. A lot of people did not expect him to win the title. Like, he was just going to go and challenge and kind of, oh, there's your participation trophy. But he won it. And I was like, okay, sweet. And we had him defend the title for a couple weeks and then loses it last week on Dynamite, all for Fletcher and Briscoe for 7 when we could have done it for maybe for the international title. I mean, Okada holding the international title. I mean, where the heck has he been? So get that title off of him. He could have put Kyle Fletcher could have won it, and then we could have gotten the best of 7 series for this international title, and then let Ciampa run with the TNT title. I mean, it was just too soon, way too soon, in my opinion. Doug says it established Ciampa well enough. I honestly thought he would win and have Fletcher actually win it in Australia. Yeah, that could have even been better. I agree with you on that one, Doug. But it was just too soon. I just thought it was too soon. Although this match was really great match. Fletcher wins, retains the title. Again, great match for these two. And but I just I don't know, just Ciampa's title reign was too soon in my opinion. Way too soon. Let's see. Doug says have to see where Ciampa's next match goes, because if he plays anything close to his NXT run, he's come back for Sylvie. Yeah. Or let's go for Goldie. AEW World Title. Let's go for that one. Let's go get Goldie. But yeah, great match. And then we get to the main event. MJF defeated Brody King. Pretty good match. And then after the match, you had Heyman and Page. Big story here. Heyman and Page up against MJF. And I love this feud. I just want to say I love this feud. MJF and Heyman and Page. They're great together against one another. They bring out the best in one another. They do. They bring out the best in one another. And I'm glad. I'm loving this. And we'll see if Hangman and Page wins at Revolution. I don't know. We'll see if Hangman and Page wins at Revolution. I thought I think it'll be great, but I think MJF will retain and continue his run. But I wouldn't mind seeing it 3 times. You know what's funny? So my boy's right. Cody and Hangman, they're chasing the titles. Hangman 2-time champ, Cody 2-time champ. Cody going for 3, Heyman going for 3. I'm just saying. Cody, Hulk Hogan, or modern day Hulk Hogan. Hangman and Page are modern day Magnum TA. Just saying. But yeah. Heyman and Page going for his 3rd AEW title reign. I honestly hope he wins it. I honestly hope he does. I love MJF. I do. I really love him. Great heel. He's a great talker, great in-ring work, and I loved his interview on Chris Van Vliet. He had a great interview. If you didn't see that, go give it a watch. He had some great points, and I loved it. But gotta go with my cowboy. Gotta go with Heyman and Page right there. Gotta go with him. That's my guy. I like all these guys up in the title mix. It makes it fun. Yeah, and that's my argument when it comes to WWE, okay? And I'm not trying to do no comparison here. I want to go on a little rabbit trail. But that's why I hate that WWE has 2 world titles. That's why I hate it. And this is why. Look at AEW. Look at AEW. You have what? 5 of their top stars right now, 6 going for this AEW World Championship. Heyman and Page. MJF's the champ. Heyman and Page. Kenny Omega. Swerve. Will Ospreay when he returns. Andrade, he's going after it. And, you got all these top stars right now in AEW going after the title. Bandito went after it. There's another one. Bandito. But yeah, the top stars right now: Hangman, Swerve, Kenny Omega, and the list goes on. Going for the AEW World Championship, Samoa Joe when he comes back. Uh, it's great. And when Kyle Fletcher gets in the mix, it'll be great for him too. And then when Will Ospreay, I honestly think Will Ospreay and Fletcher for the AEW World Championship would be great, all in London. But someone pointed out it'd be wouldn't be bad to run it back with MJF and Will Ospreay, because last time they faced each other was for the AEW International Championship and all in London. I wouldn't say last time they faced each other, but last time they faced each other at all in London. Was for the AEW National title, which was a great match, by the way. But yeah, so these titles, having 2 world titles, in my opinion, I disagree with it. Having 1 world championship, when the WWE had the WWE World Heavyweight Championship back in 15, around 14 and 15, until they brought in the Universal Championship. I thought it was great because you had a lot of the top stars in the company going for the title, and it was good. And then when they had it back in the Attitude Era, when you only had 1 WWF champion, you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock, you had Mankind, and HBK, Triple H, the list goes on. Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, even. You had many of the top stars going after the title. But when you have 2, well, now you got to split it and divide it, and you have to make it work on both shows, and you got to hope no injuries take place. And if that takes place, then it kind of hinders one title over the other. And then now you have the measuring stick, as Cody said, for both titles. And I don't know. I like 1 world championship. I say this is how WWE should do it. Split the rosters. 1 world champion for the men, 1 world champion for the women, 1 set of tag team championships for the men. They already have it for the women. And, of course, you have your Intercontinental and U.S. title for both men and women's division. The Intercontinental and U.S. titles, you draft whatever brand. It doesn't have to be both U.S. titles on one brand and both Intercontinental on the other. It can mix up. But only the world champions, the WWE men's, the women's, the tag teams, they can cross over from each show. The others, they're drafted on their brand. I think that would make it more interesting. But yeah, I want Heyman to win so we get Heyman Andrade for the title. Yes, I agree. That would be great. Heyman and Andrade for the title would be great, and a good story. Good story right there. We can get that and have him chase that for Double or Nothing, and have him. That'd be a good Double or Nothing match right there. But we got it. Will Ospreay's set to return soon because they're doing those video promos. They're doing those video packages on Dynamite, and they're not doing it for no reason. He's returning. He's coming back soon. And I think he's going to come back. He's going to be in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. He's going to win it this time. And he's going to go on and face whoever's the champ at All in London and win the title in London. That's what I think is going to go down. That's why I think Kyle Fletcher would be great, because they already had a story, a feud, and their match at Revolution last year was phenomenal. And them doing it all in London for the AEW World title, I mean, I won't even mind MJF or Hangman either, but I mean, Hangman and Will Ospreay run it back like their Double or Nothing match last year. I don't know. That world title picture looking good for AEW, especially when Will Ospreay returns. All right, now on to the WWEs. I'm going to go over SmackDown here in a minute, real quick. We kicked off the show with, Tiffy time in this Elimination Chamber qualifying match. And you had Tiffany Stratton win. I love the gear. Her gear kind of reminds me of get that off there. Not talking about AEW at the moment. Didn't get those slides here, but I love the gear that she had on. It kind of reminds me of the HBK, in my opinion. But this is not a bad match. Not bad. And let's see, All In, that's going to be in August 30th and 31st, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so Tiffany wins. She moves on to the Women's Elimination Chamber match. So I thought that was, like I said, it wasn't a bad match, pretty good. Didn't really get to watch SmackDown fully, but from what I saw with these highlights, it was a pretty decent match. Rio retains. There's no contest for the AEW Women's World Tag Team titles. Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Matt Cardona, Apollo Cruz, and Shinsuke Nakamura facing the MFTs. Man, what a match! Saw the highlight of this too. Pretty decent. Uh, Pretty decent match. And of course, the highlights don't show you everything, so I wasn't really able to watch SmackDown again. I just saw highlights on YouTube. But pretty decent match from what I saw. Alexa Bliss, Julianne Zelina Vega. I had a feeling Alexa Bliss would win this one. She wins. She moves on to the Elimination Chamber. Ray Phoenix and Trick Williams. They actually had a good highlight showing of this. And this was a phenomenal match, in my opinion. Trick Williams and Ray Phoenix had a great match, and I loved it. And, man, Trick Williams, he's going to be one of those future stars in the world title mix soon. Yeah, Jade Cargill defend the title against Jordan Gray, successfully defends it and wins. So I thought that was really good. Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu. And I actually got to watch the full match of this because they posted the full match on YouTube. And this match was great. This is what I kind of wanted to focus on because I am a Cody fan, as you know. What? I'm a Cody fan. What? 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 I'm a Cody fan. He said, what?
What do you guys want to talk about?
So, yeah, I'm a Cody fan. He won. He is your winner here, moving on to the Elimination Chamber. I was trying to kind of save this real quick towards the end, but I want to talk about it because many people, man, just Heyman and Cody right now, the most two hated men right now in professional wrestling. And this is what bothers me, okay? Because you'll have people say, well, let's put as someone new. Well, y'all said that about Cody before. You said that about Heyman before. As soon as they got it, now you want someone else new. So when you get LA Knight and then when you get, let's say, Andrade, then who's new after that? And then after them, who's new after that? Like, can we just stick with one champion instead of hot potatoing champions, the championship? I mean, we had a great 4-year run with Roman Reigns. Tribal Chief, 1,316 days as champion. I thought it was great. And honestly, WWE had a chance to have him go and break that Bruno Sammartino record. Of course, it'll be another 4 years, but, you know, I don't think we'll ever get that again. Nobody will ever be champ for 8 years again. But he could have made it past Hogan and get that number 2 spot. And all he had was a few more months with him as champion. So, I don't know. I think they could have done it, but we're on to Cody. Triple H has moved on to Cody. So we got Cody, right? Cody is the guy of WWE. He's the face of the company. He is Triple H's John Cena, if you will. Okay? Why? Because you got to have that baby face. You got to have that hero. You got to have the one where the kids look up to. You got to have that one that that's the clean superhero that can do no wrong. You got to have that one. You got your others, your anti-heroes, or your like kind of like LA Knight or Roman Reigns or stuff like that. But he's the clean baby face here, and that's what I love about Cody Rhodes, and that's what I love about him. I love John Cena when he did it, Hogan when he did it, and then now we got Cody. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you can't compare them to Hogan and John Cena and blah blah blah." Yeah, he's this generation's Hogan and Cena. He is. That's what he's been pushed as. Now, could he go heel? Maybe, possibility. Could he go heel? It's a big, strong, very real strong possibility. But I don't want it. Keep him that baby face. Keep him the clean baby face. And put him in some good feuds. A lot of people, like I said, they just get so fickle and they just get, well, this is boring. Well, now this is boring. And I mean, we're getting Punk and Roman for the world title. And I'm not saying it's boring. I'm not saying it's bad. But do you really want a part-time champion again? Just think back when Brock Lesnar did it. I want Brock Lesnar to be the Universal Champion. That new title that we got, Universal title. And many of us hated it. We didn't like it. We got this new title. Now it's hardly shown on WWE Universal title. Finn Balor had to relinquish the title because of his injury at the time. And then we get Brock Lesnar as the new Universal Champion. Yep, big name, but do you want him hardly showing up every week with that new title? Now, granted, this isn't a new championship, but still, I do not like part-time champions. I don't mind Roman, him showing up, doing some story or feud, if that's his thing now, because says he's earned it. He carried WWE for 4 years with that title and had a great run, so he earned it. But as a champion, no, I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see Roman as a part-time champion again, hardly showing up, defending the title. I don't want to see it. If he's going to come back full-time, sure, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Cody, champ of SmackDown, Roman, champ of Raw. But if he's not, and it's going to be part-time, that's going to hurt WWE more now. It's going to hurt WWE because a lot of fans are not going to like him. But yeah, Cody Rhodes wins. Drew McIntyre got involved, was trying to screw Cody. And when he got involved and he pulled Sami Zayn over Cody, I was about to say my prediction's almost right. When I was watching the match, I was like, what? Because I watched the highlights before I saw the results. And I was like, what? And I thought I was going to be right because I was thinking Sami's going to win. We're going to get the triple threat match, and Randy's going to win the chamber, and et cetera, et cetera. And, but still, I mean, Randy could still win the chamber. Randy Orton could still win the chamber. I think Cody's going to win. Possibly Randy and Jacob and get involved with Drew and Cody, and it'll be a big fatal four-way. So Brandon the Heel and his co-host, they talked about it, and they mentioned that it could be a big fatal four-way for the WWE title, which would be something that is interesting, the star power, something new, something different for the WWE Championship. But I think Randy and Cody's the way to go. You want to build up the story, and you want to really set the tone for WrestleMania, have Cody win that WWE title back. Excuse me. Have Cody win that WWE title back. Randy win the chamber. Then you have Cody and Randy 1-on-1 at WrestleMania. Punk and Roman, Randy and Cody. You got it right there. You got it right there. That'd be great to see. And it'll sell. And it'll be something new and something fresh. But like I said, good for good SmackDown. Wasn't too terribly bad for what I saw with the highlights. But yeah. So now we go to Monday Night Raw. Let's see. Let's go to the comments here. I see Doug going off the comments. Let's see what he's. Let's see. August. Let's go back to the All In. Okay, I can see your idea coming up by then. Yeah. Let's see. Alexa, Julia, it was a great match. It was. It was a really great match, especially from the highlights I saw. I didn't get to see. They didn't show the entire match on the highlight, but for what I saw, it was really good. So if there's any hiccups or any kind of botches in, they're not going to share it. So Cody's perfect for the Raw. Understand what you mean? Yeah, babyface, man. That's you need those baby faces. You need those good heroes for the kids to look up to and have it. I mean, if you look at Cody Rhodes, and many people claim that he's boring. Many people have talked negative about Cody Rhodes and et cetera, et cetera. But when you look at Cody Rhodes and you see the kids, all the kids, man, they just love Cody. They want Cody. You see them on. I mean, in the entrance of this, before his match, and this match on SmackDown, there was a kid dressed up in a Cody Rhodes attire with the gear, with the jacket and everything on. I think he even had a little blonde wig. And Cody takes off that weight belt, kisses it, and he hands it to the fan. And of course, you see the other kids going around like, "Oh, what?" Just freaking out, right? Cody is that new Cena and Hogan. Because the kids. Now, who hated on Cena and Hogan the most back in the day? The adults. Oh, he's too clean. He's too much of a good guy. He can't do no wrong. Now look at Cody. Same thing. Adults complaining, except for this one, because I love Cody. The kids, they love him. They want Cody. They want Cody. And what's going to get the money? Mama, Dada, can I get the Cody gear? Cody this, Cody that. Can I go see Cody? Yeah. There you go. Parents not won't care what to, but kids want to. Yeah. Yes, he even signed the belt. That is right. He even signed that belt and he gave it to the kid. And also the make a wishes. I'm sorry, I don't think you're going to see Drew McIntyre to do make a wish. I'm sorry. I don't think so. No, it's not going to happen. No. What's that old meme? F them kids? Yeah, that's what that's what Drew McIntyre is going to say. They said the same about Cena so many times. Yep. It's such a weird cycle of people out there. Yep. And then they're bored. They're tired. Oh. And then what happens with Cena's last run? I mean, before the horrible heel run, because I hated the heel run. It was just too late, in my opinion. Everyone loved it. Everyone had fun. Cody, when he turned babyface against Cody at SummerSlam, the best match of his retirement run, in my opinion. Then against AJ, the Brock one was a big letdown, but the emotion was there. And then you had the Gunther match, or even the Dominic match when he won the Intercontinental title, when he won it clean. And then you had the Dominic match at Survivor Series, dropped the title. And then you had the match at his last match against Gunther. But the Cody match was, in my opinion, was the best. They play the part-time into a story. It works sometimes. But I'm just not a fan of part-time champions. That's just me, Doug. I'm sure Drew would do it if a kid asked, but how many kids will? Out of character? Yes, Drew would do it. Out of character. But if he's in character and he's like, no. No. So now we go on to tonight's Monday Night Raw. And it kicks off with the Usos. They come out. Nice opening promo. Then, of course, LA Knight come out. All right? Yes, I said LA Knight.
Yeah.
And what does he say?
Shut up, I'm talking.
Yeah, that's right. Shut up, I'm talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. All right, so LA Knight comes out as well. So really good promo. And you had, of course, Adam Pearce come out. And then he sets up the 6-man tag match, Usos and LA Knight versus Division. And not a bad match. It was pretty good match here. I enjoyed it. And LA Knight, a part of LA Knight's getting the push. And I wouldn't even mind him winning the chamber, to be honest. Although I love Cody. And if he wins, that'd be great. Which, by the way, on the chamber, the night of the chamber, February 28th, catch me here for the watch along. So just letting y'all know about that. But yeah, if LA Knight wins the chamber, that'd be great. I'd love LA Knight. If LA Knight wins the chamber, that'd be really great. But one thing I want to talk about, one thing that I really want to talk about.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Let's go here. Real quick. Who do y'all think's in this box? Just let me know in the comments. Who do you think's going to be in the box? There's some people speculating it's Chris Jericho. They are. Here we go with that Jericho WWE again. Here we go. Which I don't think he is. I think he's still with AEW. That's what I think. But who do you think is in this box? Let me know. I'm honestly thinking Royce Keys. That's what I'm thinking. But who do you think's in this box? I don't know. For Elimination Chamber, someone has even thought of The Rock. Or how about we go with some people are not thinking about? Kevin Owens. What if it's Kevin Owens? Let me know what you think. Who's in the box? Oh, here we go with that Jericho. What's up, Mace McAvilly? Did I say it right? Hopefully I did. If I didn't, pardon me, brother. Let's call you Mace. Joe Hendrick. Dang gum, you had to say his name. All right, we're good. He's not here. I meant more along the lines of Cody Rhodes to Cena. So many people said Cena was boring too. They did. They just said it was boring. They did. But I love Cena. I really did love seeing it. Oh, so yeah, so solid match right here. The 6-man tag team match. Division defeat Usos and LA Knight. So really good match here. Then you had the Elimination Chamber qualifier match with Bailey and Asuka versus Natty. I love the new Natty. I love it. Looks great. The new Natalia is really awesome. I really love how they switched that roll up. And then you had, I honestly thought Bailey was going to win here, but Asuka, yep, I said it right the last time. Mason McCavely, Mace McCavely. All right. Well, nice of you to join, brother. Thank you. And you think it's Jericho? That'd be cool. That would be cool. I think Owens is still not cleared. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was just speculating. He's been out quite a while, but hopefully he comes back soon. WrestleMania wouldn't be bad, or the Raw after Mania, if that's the case. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking with Kevin Owens, he'd be a good commentary role. Just put him on commentary right now. He could be good as third man on commentary until he gets cleared. Give him something to do. But yeah, so this match was also a solid match right here. The ladies did great. Asuka wins, and she's going on to the Elimination Chamber. Love this match, and I'm not no complaints at all. You had next the CM Punk come out, and you had Finn Balor, and Finn Balor comes out with JD McDonough and all that. And you also had Finn Balor come out to his OG theme again, and I love it. I love it. I think he's going to turn on the Judgment Day and face Dom at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship after Elimination Chamber. That's what I'm thinking. Intercontinental title, Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor, babyface Finn Balor. He's back, and that's the reason why they brought this old OG theme back, and we're going to get the OG Finn Balor turns on Judgment Day, is the babyface, wins the Intercontinental title, has a solid Intercontinental Championship run. That's what I think. My understanding is it's a complicated neck issue, so I'm not sure about in-ring stuff for Owens yet, unfortunately. That's why I think commentary role would be good. Commentary role wouldn't be bad. Those neck injuries, man, you can't play with them. You can't rush them back. You make it worse or in their career. So definitely full recovery, not speedy recovery. I want full recovery. So I want the full healthy KO back. But yeah, solid promo segment here. You also got El Grande Americano, the new one, Ludwig Kaiser with the Lucha mask on, go up against Penta to be the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. And this was a great match. You had the OG El Grande get involved, and Penta wins and defeats El Grande Americano. So I thought this was a solid match. A really good match. And I love Penta. I do. Penta is awesome. I love that he's coming out in this Mexican themed. He came out the Mexican themed gear last week, so I thought this was really awesome. And you again, you can watch this match, and Penta defeated El Grande, is now the new number one contender for the Intercontinental title. And now we get the AJ Lee promo, and of course Becky Lynch, and she had her own awards. I don't know if you saw, but Becky Lynch had her own award, the Bexy Awards, on social media. And Becky Lynch so far is winning them all. I mean, landslide. Just Becky Lynch won all these awards, man. It's just interesting. It's not just Sports Illustrated talking about it now. Get the Bexy Awards. Now they're talking about it, and she's winning them all. Surprise return of the year last year, match of the year, women's wrestler of the year, champion of the year, segment of the year. I mean, she's just getting all those awards, man. Just saying. Becky Lynch, all these awards, my brother. I really hope they don't do the Judgment Day kicks Finn out thing. I like Finn to turn on them. Yes, have them try to get involved in the world title match to help him win, because at the end, JD McDonough said that. They cost him the match, and then he turns on him and fights him off, and then he goes and challenges for the Intercontinental title. AAA El Grande Americano story. You know what's funny? Someone pointed out, I didn't know this. So the Ludwig Kaiser version, El Grande, is a babyface in AAA, but he's a heel in WWE. And then vice versa for Chad Gable, the OG El Grande. He's a heel for AAA, but he's a babyface. Honestly, I've hated on this for quite a while now, but honestly, it has gotten fun. Just saying. It has gotten fun, and the whole flip-floppy segment there. So honestly, I'm having fun with it. We're going to have a mask versus mask match at WrestleMania. It's coming. But yeah, it's having fun. Yep, it's not just her saying it. So AJ Lee comes out. She starts talking about the Divas Championship. And I like that. Nice little throwback to that. She comes out. She starts name dropping some future opponents. Bailey, Rhea Ripley. That'd be awesome. Rhea versus AJ. Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors. Lyra Bakira. So many names that she can have. And there'd be great some matches right there. They would. There would be some great matches. Yeah, it's like the Hart Foundation in Canada back in the day. Yeah. Not bad at all. Talking about Judgment Day. That's what you're referring to, Doug. But yeah, so and then Becky Lynch comes out, and of course they're not liking the man. But yeah, she comes out and they had the little promo segment. Nothing really much happened here too much. But it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. And I'm loving the Maxine and Natalia rivalry. I really am. Or Natty. And you start saying Natty. I'm loving that rivalry. It's a really good rivalry. They're having a good story there as well. And then next we get the Javon Evans, Dominic Mysterio, Gunther match. And the match was awesome. Love this match. This was my match of the night. And Javon Evans, my gosh, there was at one point Gunther was on the outside about to do a power driver or something to Dominic, and then Javon Evans just leaps over the turnbuckle in ring post and just nails a cross body on Gunther outside of the ring. I'm like, my God, Javon Evans is gifted, bro. He is awesome. I love Javon. Really do. I was referring AAA Americanos. Hearts for face in Canada and heel in America. Oh, okay. Okay, didn't know that. The Heart Foundation was really cool. That was kind of before my time, so not too familiar with it. But I do go back and watch old school matches, especially Bret Hart. Bret Hart's cool. But yeah, so Javon Evans, he's gifted, man. He is really awesome. Love this right here, and he got the win. So him being in the chamber, it's going to be freaking amazing. So yeah, Javon Evans win this match, and Dragon Lee come out to attack Gunther. So we're going to see that take place. Probably see it take place at Elimination Chamber. It's a possibility, or they'll have a match next week on Raw. So yeah, again, this was a great match. Love this match of the night, and Dominic Mysterio, great to see him back and healthy, and we'll see him defend that both titles, because he's going to defend the AAA title against Vikingo soon. And, of course, the Intercontinental title against Penta. And I hope Penta wins. That'd be great for Penta to win. But I wouldn't mind seeing the story play out with Finn Balor on the WrestleMania. Finn Balor win the Intercontinental title, and he holds the title for a while. Again, Prince not a copy, yo. Yep, Javon Evans, something else, bro. Something else. He is gifted. Him and Leon Slater, both of them. Something else. That's why I love him as a tag team. So yeah, we had a great match here to end the night. Loved it. Great week of wrestling. Like I said, great week of wrestling. Loved all the matches all the shows that we got, the matches. I'd say probably the best one, I'd have to say, was TNA No Surrender. That was a really great show. Some great matches, and I loved it. Saw the weekend between TNA and AEW Grand Slam. But I gotta give it to TNA with some of them. They had some really great matches and everything, great stories and everything play out on there. But I enjoyed it. SmackDown was good. Wasn't that good of a SmackDown like it usually was or usually is. But great. Uh, Cody Rhodes winning in the end is not the reason. I'm just saying, let's see, between him and Oba, Carmelo, Ilya, I think the future's going to be okay. It is. All different styles covered. You're right. You got your heavy, your brawler with Oba, Carmelo, and Ilya and Javon Evans. Yeah, you got all different styles of wrestling with those gentlemen right there. So going on to next week, a lot of people were speculating, even myself, AJ Styles will be all elite, but we got an AJ Styles tribute. Now, does this mean he's staying with WWE? No. It's in Atlanta next week. Could this mean he could show up? Possibly. Is Gunther going to crash his tribute to AJ Styles? Oh, most definitely. He most definitely is. But with this being next week, I wonder if they're doing this to lead up to WrestleMania. But I would honestly hate it. And here's why. You don't have someone retire someone and then they come back for another match. In the same company with that regards, in my opinion, honestly. It's just, it'd be like, it's like Shawn Michaels coming out after giving his word that he would retire after Undertaker. And he came back out at Crown Jewel in 2018 for DX versus Brothers of Destruction, and that match was a train wreck. As I love my boy Shawn Michaels, HBK, love him, my GOAT. He'll always be my GOAT. I'll argue that to the death. I don't care if you think Cena's the GOAT. It's not. It's HBK. But that match was a train wreck. Not saying AJ Styles is going to have a train wreck match when he comes back. I'm just saying, I just hate the retirement because he would come out of retirement to challenge Gunther again to retire. Well, what kind of sense does that make? This doesn't need to happen. I would honestly wouldn't mind AJ Styles as a general manager role in NXT or TNA. But I like Robert Stone as DM of NXT, so he's grown on me. Robert Stone, you're getting me more invested. Keep it up. But AJ Styles to TNA would be the better move. And him investing in TNA, he doesn't even have to have matches. He doesn't even have to wrestle, but investing and helping TNA get better and helping the product. He has a great mind for the business. Has definitely learned a lot while in WWE. So I think him taking it, being done with the in-ring work, but getting involved with producing or booking or helping the younger talent in the back on TNA to have really helped TNA. Now, I got a long list of fantasy matches of him in AEW. I do. Kenny Omega, Hangman, MJF, list goes on. But if he's really done with the in-ring work, he could be a TNA, investing in TNA. But if he's coming back really to face Gunther again, to come out of retirement, to face Gunther in a retirement match, it would be ridiculous. But this would be a great tribute right here. And honestly, I could see this. Going to him being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I do. I really do. Or they might save him for next year. I don't even know if they're going to have it next year, Hall of Fame, because of Saudi. I don't know. I mean, would you really have the Hall of Fame in Saudi? Who would show up to that? I don't know. This whole WrestleMania Saudi is not a good deal. It's not. I mean, we saw the Royal Rumble. We saw the attendance there. And I don't care how much you want to try to argue. There was empty seats there. Even worse than the women's Royal Rumble. I mean, you can look at the women's Royal Rumble. It was definitely empty about near. As the show progressed, the seats filled up. But in the Women's Rumble, it goes to show what they think about women over there. And this WrestleMania Saudi, if you really want to sell it and fill out the crowd, don't even have any women wrestle over there. Just do all men. So do some fantasy matches or something. I don't know, but even still, like WrestleMania next year, it's going to be like you think this year dry and dull and hardly anything leading up. I mean, they better come out swinging. I'm talking about Aaron Judge swinging for next year. Because you want the people in Saudi to really come and show up and show out at WrestleMania, you better come out swinging like Aaron Judge, bro, and hitting that ball out of the park. Because I don't even know if they're going to have a Hall of Fame next year. It's very possible. Very possible. Doug says, I think AJ Styles is retired. I don't see him going anywhere else. I won't say it's not possible, but I think he's done. Most likely he's going into match production if and when he comes back anywhere. Yeah, I think he's going to go in that production role as well. Honestly, I think he really is done. Although, like I said, there's a lot of fantasy matches I can get in AEW, but this next week, it's going to be cool next week. I think they're going to put together a really good tribute for AJ Styles. It's going to be awesome. And like I said, I don't want to see him come out, have a little promo on the mic or something, and then all of a sudden go through interrupts and we get a match set up again for a retirement match or something like that. Now, here's an interesting twist. AJ Styles faces Gunther to be unretired. Or let the ladies wrestling real gear. It will never be the same as Saudi buys it. I don't think Saudi's going to buy WWE. That whole talk, they're talking, I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. That's just big. That's a big dirt sheet rumor in my opinion. All right, now move on to next week's qualifying matches. We got Raquel Rodriguez, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane in a triple threat qualifying match for the women. And then you got Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, and the original El Grande Americano. For a fact, Ludwig Kaiser, the Lucha mascot, El Grande Americano is going to interfere in this match and cost OG the match and possibly will set up the mask versus mask at WrestleMania. So for a fact this is going to happen. I honestly see Bronson Reed. I think he could take this. I don't see why Jey Uso. Why not Jimmy Uso? Why's it got to be Jey? And I think they just kind of, I don't know, just keep him and Jimmy in the tag team. He doesn't even need to be in this match, in my opinion. But Bronson Reed, I think he's going to win this. I really do. Back to AJ. Doug says, yeah, I'd love to see more of AJ. He's literally my favorite all time. He's up there for me. Yeah, AJ, the first time I watched him was in 2005 in TNA. Loved him. So I've been a big fan of his for a long time. And him going back to TNA and just investing in TNA and helping the company get better and build, I just think would be the best route. And it'd be great. But these are qualifying matches for next week. I see Kairi Sane probably winning it in here for the ladies and Bronson Reed for the men. So far, your Elimination Chamber qualifiers, those who have qualified, you got Randy Orton, you got Cody Rhodes, you got Javon Evans, LA Knight for the men, and for the women so far, you got Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, which she's not in here, Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka for the ladies. So we're 2 away. We are 2 away for the ladies. So this is your Elimination Chamber qualifier right now. And not bad. Not bad at all. Solid lineup right here and superstars. So, but yeah, Elimination Chamber so far, and I don't know. I really do believe Cody's going to win it, but Randy Orton could possibly take this. Let's see. He literally made TNA. I would love it. Just don't think it'll happen. At least not soon. Yeah. And who knows? He might just be completely done and enjoying life with his family. If so, then I'm happy for him. Just like I was with HBK. Even though HBK did that hunting show, which was a cool show. But if he's done, he's done. And we all just got to accept it. Jey Uso will win. All the elimination matches have been predictable so far. Not really. Javon Evans, I did not see him win it. I seriously thought Gunther was going to win. But yeah, we got Javon. Tiffany Stratton's not in this little collab that here, but their picture collage. I don't know why, but she's also in it. And you got Rhea, Alexa, and Asuka for the women, and then you got for the men, LA Knight, Javon Evans, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. So solid so far. Now let's move on to this. I just want to talk about this. And you're asking, why are we getting the WrestleMania tickets? So, because they're all going on about WrestleMania. And this one's for April 18th. This was the Saturday show. So far, and this is the WrestleTix, the tickets distributed, 37,799. Available tickets, 5,042. Available combo tickets, which means it's for both nights, are 575. Far less than the individual tickets for Saturday for night one. Now, y'all have seen me on X talk about the ticket prices. The cheapest WrestleMania ticket right now is $266. The cheapest ticket right now for WrestleMania is $266. And that's not counting the interest, fee, and taxes. That's going to be taxed, maybe added on to that, which will make it out probably over $300. Not only that, your flight that you're going to have to take to get there, that's going to be close to $1,000, between $500 and $1,000. And then you got the expenses of staying there, the hotels, the Uber, the driving, all that stuff. It's going to be an expensive trip. Like I said, probably $2,500 minimum that you're at least spending for this one trip. And that's it. And if you get the combo ticket, you're going to be able to do both nights. If you don't, well, you just got one night. So this is what is very troubling for WWE, because if they're struggling with these ticket sales going to WrestleMania, a lot of people are speculating it's because of the card. You know, there's not much announced, and a lot of people are excited to get the tickets. There's also many saying, well, they're waiting until the tickets prices drop. They usually do closer to the event, and it's possibly so. I'm not saying it's not. So it's a strong possibility, and if so, then it does. But they have sold over 37,000 so far for the first night. I haven't seen anything as regards the second night yet. If WrestleTix shared it, I just haven't seen it yet. But this is for the Saturday night, April 18th. I would imagine it'd be close to the same for night two, especially if a lot of these are combo tickets. And if so, that means it's probably they're probably a few thousand less than the 37 for night two. Depends on how many combo tickets they sold. We got 65 days till WrestleMania. And as of right now, they got 5,000 plus tickets available still for WrestleMania. A lot of empty seats there. I mean, they still sold out 37,000. So if they don't get the full amount, it's fine. They still sold out to about 40,000 for the night, and then the same for the next night. But last year's WrestleMania, let's look at that. Let's look at WrestleMania 41's total attendance. Let's look at this. 1 second. $124,000 combined for both nights. Now, look how many right there current setup, 43,000 is the max for the setup. So let's do that times 2. That's 86,000 total, y'all. I just read off the total amount for the first, or for WrestleMania 41, 124,000. So let's do the math there. Of course, using my calculator. Shout out to all the teachers said you'll never use calculator in life. But yeah, here I am. And this is just a rough estimate. It's not exactly the amount. Let's see. That's 38,000 less than they did last year. Y'all, 38,000 less. And like I said, it's rough estimates. Probably a little bit more because I just did even. I didn't add the addition. So like let's say this is 40,500 plus. So times 2. So it's probably 87,000 close, roughly total. But still, that's about 40,000 difference from last year. 40,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's another WWE PLE event right there. Now, many people have said, "Oh, I thought you didn't care about attendance and stuff." I really don't. This is how I care. I don't care for fan attendance when it's a measuring stick to compare wrestling companies. Okay, that's what I don't care about. That's what gets me. Now, as far as talking about it, as far as concerns and stuff like that, even for AEW, that's fine. With AEW, they're doing 900 to 1,000 in a venue, especially after all in Texas last year. You went from 20,000 plus to that, and some of it had to do with the arenas they were booking. But still, you're going to, fan attendance in a way does matter because that's your money. That's your money right there. That's going to get your wrestlers paid. That's what's going to everything is. That's your money. So the AEW, them being around when they go from 1,000 to a couple thousand in attendance, and then you get WWE doing more, tremendously more than that. It's different, but with these high ticket prices, and they're still almost 40,000 selling, it's still good, really great. And shout out to all the ones that could afford to go. I'm glad you're blessed. You're blessed to go. Have fun. I'm not here to rain on your parade. For me, in my situation, not in not in the budget. I wish I could. If WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans this year, I probably could have went. But this is the main point we'll talk about is, and it's been talked all over on other podcasts. 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff and and some others, even Jeff Jarrett, talking about the ticket prices. The ticket prices they're being overcharged. It's being overcharged. It's all about, here we go. Doug says, I agree with you. It's all about prices. A lot of people won't check as it gets closer and just assume they're the same or more. Yeah. It's not about the card. It wasn't about the card last year. A lot of people say, oh, because it was John Cena's last one. Maybe. But even still. Come on, man. You're going to compare. You're going to say that these ticket prices ain't a factor. They're not a factor. They are. They're freaking over it to the point that it's reported that they may change the card. People within irritated reporting, yeah, there's a lot of big changes in the card. I've been reading those reports too, Doug. A lot of changes that have been going on with the WrestleMania card. Now, who's to say if that is true? It's just what the reports are saying. But I think the big deal are these ticket prices, man. These ticket prices are outrageously. The $266 is the cheapest ticket for a nosebleed seat. That's ridiculous. If I'm paying $266, I would like a closer seat. And if you look near some of the seats around that, and that was just what I saw for the cheapest ticket. If you look some of the seats near that seat, that's $266. Some of them are more, around $400 or $500 for like a nosebleed. That's ridiculous. And TKO and WWE are wondering why ticket sales aren't moving. Again, this is for night one. I don't even know what night two looks like. And that's probably the main concern is night two. WWE, with the injuries that are going on and how a little bit of a story is at, they're better off just having WrestleMania night one. Or one night. Sorry, one night. Instead of 2-night event. And now they're doing a SummerSlam 2-night event, or there's word Royal Rumble will be a 2-night event next year. Money in the Bank. Why are we doing 2-night events? Just do one solid PLE, bro, and put on a solid show. Have an earlier start time so where it doesn't end so late, and just do one night. They could have easily done WrestleMania on a Saturday this year for one night, started around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then it ends around 9 o'clock that night, 8 or 9 o'clock. And you're talking about, what, 6-hour pay-per-view? Yeah, it's WrestleMania, bro. It's a big event. Now, if you had the card to do so, you can end it around 7 or 8 o'clock. Do around 7 or 8 o'clock. There you go. Start around 3 or 4 o'clock, and you end around 7 or 8 o'clock. But having 2 nights, and the ticket, the prices you're charging for these tickets. Now, some are saying combo tickets. Look there, available combo tickets right there. 575 combo tickets left. 575. Now compare that to the single ticket right above it, which is the available tickets. 5,000 plus for just Saturday night, night one of WrestleMania. That's just the single tickets right there. 5,000 of them. They're not selling. And if you go look at the prices, you will see why. Now, again, if you can afford to do it and you go and you have fun at WrestleMania, more power to you. I'm happy for you. God bless you. I'm glad you're able to enjoy the event. Not trying to rain on anybody's parade here. I'm just saying, these WrestleMania tickets, bro, and the prices, outrageous. They're stupid outrageous. And it just blows my mind that TKO think this is going to work and it's going to be okay. It's not. You're going to hurt your product more than you're going to help it. And here's another thing I'd like to point out. Here's another thing. Look at AEW's tickets. You're saying, oh, well, they're far less. Well, I have some mixed opinions about AEW. But they're great. They're a good wrestling company. They have some great talent over there, and their ticket sales their tickets are far much cheaper for the whole family to afford. When I went to All In Texas last year, the cheapest ticket was $31. I spent more to get a closer seat, not much closer, but closer than a nosebleed. But still, what I spent for my ticket alone, it was $115, I think, roughly. I drove there because I didn't live far, about a couple hours. So I drove there, made it far less cheaper than flying, of course. Drove all the way there. And then got a hotel, which the hotel I split with my buddy to make it cheaper. Excuse me. I had a coworker of mine go with me to that also was a wrestling fan, and we split the cost and we went and we both had fun. But but still the tickets were far cheaper. And then we got to go to the little WrestleCon thing and still got pictures with the wrestlers. And as you can see up here, I got one with Hangman. That was $120 in itself. Then I got a picture with Royce Keys now, Powerhouse Hobbs at the time. That was free. He was just walking around, and he was gracious enough to let me get a picture. James Storm, as you saw, that was $20, and I don't mind paying. But there's some there that were charging way too much. It was just from out of my budget. But the pictures I did get with the Outrunners, that was free as well. They're just walking around. They got a picture with me. And then Toa Noah as well, the Gates of Agony, he got a picture with me. I was trying to find Bishop Khan, and he said he was going to come down for like pictures and stuff. I guess I'm happy where Bishop Khan couldn't, so it is what it is. Yeah, picture of Matt Cardona. That was a little pricey. That was real pricey. I mean, he overcharged for that one. $40. I'm just kidding. Matt Cardona, got with Matt Cardona, which that was cool. Got to see Matt Cardona. And then on top of that, I went to a Game Changer wrestling show the night before, and those tickets were $30. And me and my friend had a great time. And all the money I spent, up to around between $600 and $650 that I spent for that entire weekend. Here, WrestleMania, you're looking at minimum between $2,000 and $2,500 minimum. With the flights you got to take to get there, the hotel, and then the outrageous prices of food and drinks there in Las Vegas. Then I can only imagine how much they're charging for food and drinks at WrestleMania, at the event, at Allegiant Stadium. If it's like Dallas Cowboy Stadium, then my gosh, probably more because it's in Vegas. You're spending a lot of money. And a lot of money that people are not willing to spend right now. And I heard, I think it was Eric Bischoff and Conrad. Shout out to them. Love the 83 Weeks podcast. Conrad pointed out that, do people really want to go here again? You think about WrestleMania, it's in different places for a reason. It's a new tourist spot. We haven't been here before. Let's go there. Let's go to WrestleMania. In Philadelphia. Year before that was Los Angeles. Year before that was Dallas, Texas. Wish I could have went, but I couldn't because I was in my law enforcement academy and I couldn't stop to go. And then the year before that was in Tampa. And then they had to run it back at Tampa again because of the whole COVID thing. And then you had the year before that was in New York. And then it was in different places for you to go visit and tour and be like, this is new, etc. But no, TKO WWE is like, no, we're gonna run it back. It's gonna be bigger and better than ever. It's gonna be better. And then we'll look at the ticket prices. If this doesn't sell like they like, I hope they don't go back there again. Not at least for a little while. And not only that, I hope they don't go back to Saudi. Because I don't think they're going to get a big crowd in Saudi. I don't. It's just, I don't know what TKO is thinking, man. TKO overcharging for these prices for one. Having WrestleMania back in Las Vegas. Last year it was announced New Orleans, and all of a sudden they switched it like in May or June. Oh, yeah, we're going to run it back. But come on, man. It's one thing a little bit AEW, man. They do get back to the fans with these tickets, what they get for their money. When you go buy a ticket to a show and you go to the show, not only get to enjoy the show, be a part of the show, you also get a lot for your money's worth as far as the merchandise and the pictures and stuff like that. Because it's not being overcharged. Same thing with TNA. It's same thing with NWA. Go to an NWA show. Go to the TNA show. You get the same thing for your money. You get more back than you are getting taken from you. The TKO, they're greedy, man. They're greedy. TKO is so greedy, and they don't need to be. And this is what's going to hurt WWE, and I hope it doesn't hurt them bad enough where it really hurts them to where they got to sell and they sell to someone who don't care about wrestling, kind of like how WCW went, and then we don't have WWE no more. And you think that's crazy, but it can happen. You think it's crazy talk, but it can happen. Let's see. Funny thing is, if they don't sell out, you could probably walk up again for. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. Maybe they might still charge you something. See what he says. I'm not sure about Mania, but I know for a fact they do it at a shows because I got to a SmackDown that way. I was online to buy a ticket. They pulled me out and asked if I wanted to get it for free. Just had to fill a camera seat when people got it. Oh, okay. Well, look at there, y'all. WWE does the same. Y'all laughing at AEW and TNA doing it. Well, WWE does the same. Doug revealed the secret. Seats off camera weren't bad either. Yep. You got so many choices in Texas as well. There's so much great wrestling happening all across the state. Reality of Wrestling, Metroplex Wrestling, the Rhodes Promotions, so much. Yep, don't forget NWA Texas, and Dog Pound Championship Wrestling over there that you got. So much wrestling over there. League of Alliance Wrestling in Tyler, Texas. A friend of mine that runs that. I got to go to a few of those shows. TKO doesn't care about WWE. It's an investment. They don't care about professional wrestling. Fact. Say it louder for the ones in the back, though. You should have done that in all caps. That's a fact right there. One second, yo. 1 second. Be right back, y'all. Be right back. Hold on. Maybe not. Okay. Sorry, the little baby monitor here is checking on my son. Looks like he was waking up. I think he's good now. I think he's good. I'm about to wrap this up here anyway. So, oh, there it goes again. Anyhow, I'll wrap this up. But yeah, TKO, they don't care about their personal. They don't care about professional wrestling. They don't. That's an investment. That's all it is. And then when it doesn't get in return on what they think, then they'll sell it to the highest bidder, and we'll see who that is. We'll see who will buy it then. Man, I wouldn't mind Vince McMahon buying it back, giving it to Stephanie or Shane McMahon or something, or Shane McMahon come in and he gets somebody to back him up and buy WWE. It's an investment. That's all it is. And TKO, that's why they're charging for these tickets right here. Let's see. What's up, Tex Metalhead? How you doing, brother? TKO is AOL over again. Truth. Yep. That's true. And here's the thing. People they see the tickets and they go. And they're high. I mean, you had Raw tonight, I think 10,000, SmackDown 10,000 plus as well. So they're not hurting. But as far as the doing it in Saudi and stuff like that, they're getting a lot of money out of it, $250 million. But how many people are going to get showed up to the show? Is it going to sell out? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it is. They released it on Pat McAfee show. Sorry. That WWE and UFC right now are both worth $20 billion. So they got $40 billion right now they can sell if they wanted to. It's worth so many billions now. I'm sure Vince or Shane could bring it back. So that's a fact. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. TKO getting it, a lot of people, even myself, I thought it was great. I thought, oh yes, it's gonna be so great. Gonna be so great for TKO. Still be so great for WWE. With Triple H in charge, yeah, but you also got to think too. With some of these, we got this big screen here. With some of these ticket prices, man, what they're doing, not just ticket prices, they're the like right now, creative, bro. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying WWE and having fun and watching the matches and everything, but with having a PLE every month, you have no room for stories to breathe. Everything's rushed. We're going from one thing to another. And it's, they don't need to do that many PLEs. They don't. They don't need to do a PLE every single month. Now we've had a grace period. We had a grace period between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, but what did they do with that? I mean, there needs to be some breathing room. That's why I would love for them to go back to brand exclusive PLEs and not have one every single month for both brands. One brand gets it and another brand gets it the next month. And it allows stories to breathe and allows them room to grow and, yes, to build stars. But when you get one every month and you rush it and it's one thing to another and you get, we just had at this PLE, Finn Balor and CM Punk, although it was on Raw. Oh, well, the next one we're doing the same thing. So, because we got to get the story going, keep the story going. I mean, come on, bro. They need to lower. They need to do less PLEs, and they also need to allow these stories to breathe and stop doing so many PLEs. Do brand exclusive to where it gives it to breathe. You can still have a PLE every month, but for the brand, it's every other month. So, except for the Royal Rumble and SummerSlam, that's where it could be and WrestleMania and Money in the Bank. Those are the PLEs, or it can be a dual brand PLE. Do away with the whole crown jewel stuff. They're not, because it's Saudi and they're going to pay them all this money. They need to stop going to Saudi. They need to stop going to Saudi, keep everything here in the States, and even go. I mean, you can go to some of these international shows, but stop going to Saudi. Stop going over there. That's all it is. It's for money and all for money. It's all greed. It's TKO being greedy, and it's going to bite him in the butt, especially with WrestleMania next year. WrestleMania next year, it's going to bite him in the butt, fan attendance wise. I guarantee you. Maybe even viewership. Because I've been reading reports, TKO Saudi wants The Rock to wrestle. They want Stone Cold to wrestle. They want Shawn Michaels to wrestle. Are we really going to throw all these old legends up there that can barely go in the ring? And no disrespect to them at all. I mean, Stone Cold could probably go one more, and maybe The Rock, but HBK, no disrespect, that's my GOAT. But man, he retired for a reason. He even said on Chris Van Vliet, a lot of people were talking one more match. He's like, nah. That crown jewel one, even he admits that wasn't the best. And after that, it basically told him, like, you can't do this no more. So he listened. So when you have WrestleMania in Saudi next year, and they want all these old legends to come back, and they really don't like the women's wrestling, and it was evident in the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble was the beginning of the show, and it was barely anybody there. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, those are the lights and everything in the seats and blah blah blah." No, and the women's Royal Rumble, go back. There was a lot of empty seats. As that ended, or as it got closer to being ended, it started filling up more. But after that, when it got to the men's matches, that's when it started filling up, and it got full by the end of the night for the men's Royal Rumble. Why? Because of the they don't like women over there, and all these women wrestlers and all these full bodysuits. It's got to be hot wrestling than that, especially if they was outside. So I don't understand why they're trying to get over there with these Saudi shows and thinking it's okay. And the wrestlers, I mean, everybody's enjoying the money coming in. I get it. But in the end, what's it doing for the product? What's it doing for the fan? What's it doing for wrestling? You're not going to change their views over there when it comes to women. You're not. They're going to stick to what they believe and their lifestyle and what they believe in everything. And you're not changing nothing. Doug. Really? Really? Flair and HBK. It was sad? You're talking about Ric Flair and HBK's match was sad? That was a good match. And it was a good way for Flair to go out. To me, that's how Flair should have went out and not come back for that TNA run he did. Especially if that match he did like 2 or 3 years ago, 71 years old or whatever it was. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Doing great, wrestling fan. Since 2000, love to hear the truth about these businesses. Nice for you to join, brother. Been a wrestling fan since 2005 myself. But yeah, wrestling is great. Love that. I do love WWE, AEW, TNA, NWA, MLW more now because of Killer Cross the Champ, AAA. I mean, it's fun, man. With other backing, maybe perhaps together, but I don't see it, especially with Vince at his age. Steph may be able to finagle a deal of some sort, but no, maybe. Sometimes they get these other investors in to where they can buy it. And if they get an investor and it's like, yeah, we'll help you buy it and you do whatever you want with it, then there you go. It's like they're just retelling stories, which is fine, but they're more rushed. They expect people to know what's happening already rather than let it grow organically. Yeah, not right that one. Oh, only over there do they want to relive those days. Yep, because they didn't get it. They didn't get those days. Money, money, money. That's right. AJ Francis. And AJ Francis done really good in TNA. I really love him in TNA. Flair could hardly go anymore. Yeah, because he was, I think he was 58 when that match happened. 57, 58. He was in his 50s. So, yeah, but it was still good for him to go out. It was still a good way for him to go out. And Shawn Michaels did great carrying him in that match, and they had a good match, really good match. But him to try to wrestle TNA after that, that's what hurt it. Loved it as a moment, but the match was a little sad. A little bit. That's what I meant by other backing. Yep. So, but yeah, we'll see how WWE does, especially going into WrestleMania or going into the Chamber and after the Chamber into WrestleMania. We'll see how things go with the card and stories, and we'll see how things go afterwards. We'll see how things go even leading up to next year's WrestleMania. But I think WrestleMania Saudi next year is going to be a big mistake, and it's really going to bite them in the butt. And honestly, I wouldn't mind TK, Tony Khan, putting on a wrestling event, big one, at that weekend over here in the States, and we can all go enjoy and have fun. He said he's got a big surprise for 2027 around that time, so I think that's what he's doing. I don't know. I disagree with TKO taking WrestleMania to Saudi. It's going to be a big pay, but I think the match is going to be even more lackluster than it's going to be now. You got Roman and Punk. We'll see if Roman wins the title. We'll see what happens for the WWE title picture with Drew. Right now, a lot of things are just up in the air, and we'll see where they go creative-wise and with booking. We'll also see what happens after the Elimination Chamber, who wins the Chamber as far as the men and the women, and we'll see what happens there. But I've rambled on enough. I'm about to get to bed. thank you all for listening. Thank you for coming in for this show. Again, this is going to be Unfiltered Wrestling. When I can't get in a show to where it's just the review of that one show, I'm going to do this and just pile it on at one, plus any kind of news. This is Unfiltered Wrestling. It's just me now. The other, let's just say me and the other guy had a little disagreement, and all due respect to him, and much due respect to him, and from the cheap seats and Chris Branson, just hope he does well in his future podcast and he grows that. Doors always open. I love and forgive and not really want to hold a grudge or nothing, but just a little disagreement, and it is what it is, man. So right now I'm flying solo with this Unfiltered Wrestling. Unfortunately, maybe I'm looking for another new co-host because it's really fun to have somebody else on here. We just talk wrestling. So Friday though, 3:30, have my bud Michael Norton from the Elite Mod Podcast. Hopefully we get took in on here. Maybe we'll get took in. Maybe somebody else. Who knows? Mike might be my co-host. Maybe I'll even do that. But yeah, he'll be on at 3:30 with me on Friday. So keep watching that. Appreciate all y'all. Love all y'all. Thank y'all for coming in the chat, especially you, Doug, and Tex Metalhead, and Devin, and shout out to Smartest Mark Alive. All y'all that came in the chats. Really appreciate all y'all. Love all y'all. So, and as the great Kenny Omega would say,
Goodbye, and good night, bang.
Yep. So love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Just remember, love professional wrestling. Don't let the outside world get into professional wrestling. Let's keep it sacred. Let's keep it about wrestling. Let's have fun and let's unite over that, because this is what it's all about. This is what sports and entertainment is supposed to do. It's supposed to bring us together, not divide us. Even if you have a disagreement with something, just agree to disagree. You ain't got to take it too far. You ain't got to take it or nothing that. Just agree to disagree. If you're not always going to agree, believe, or think the same as somebody else. We're all different. We're all unique. We all believe differently and think differently. So just keep that in mind, because everyone has different beliefs. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, of the Bible, Yahweh. I believe in Jesus Christ and the Lord and Savior. And on that, let's end this with the Bible verse. Bible time. Before y'all go to bed, my wrestling lovers, let's read the Bible verse here. And this is the one that just hit me earlier today with all that's been going on with me lately, and some of the fallouts I've had with some thoughtless friends of mine, but I guess not. But it's okay. Still love y'all. Pray for y'all, and hope we can reconnect in the future. But yeah, here's the verse, Matthew 5:43. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemy and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be sons of your Father who is in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward is that? Do not even the tax collectors do that? And if you greet only your brothers, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same? You therefore must be perfect, as your heavenly Father is perfect. So love those even though if they don't love you. Forgive them, let go, and move on. Love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Just remember, love professional wrestling. Love y'all. Have a good one, and have a blessed night.
From the first bell to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Loves Wrestling. territory days to the modern age. Every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WWE, NWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. Fire, one world, one voice, taking us higher. A-L-W-A-R-O-A-L-W-O. Monday night Raw to Friday night SmackDown, Saturday night main event under the neon lights. And NXT has the rising stars, the future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight, from Wednesday night Dynamite to Saturday night Collision. New Japan battles, hearts on fire, from the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico. In every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give away to AEW, every New Japan pride. TA line on the way, AEW, on the rise. Different banners, but the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron loves wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters, from the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound when the entrance hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron loves wrestling, side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts. They will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism, just love for the business until the end of time. You know the war goes on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for protection, no wrestling in every story. So pull your hearts up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place, from every city to every nation. We're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron loves wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every tear. Aaron loves wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. Never ends. From the opening bell to the final ring. Aaron loves wrestling. We all just love listening. The American cowboy will always ride for this. Dr. Love will always share the love of professional wrestling. For every ring, every wrestler, and every fan. One word, One passion, one truth that I'm confessing.